I loved my bike. I loved my scooter even more. But nothing, and I mean nothing, beat my new skateboard. It was bright blue with red wheels that looked like they could go super fast. I couldn't wait to try it out.
Timmy ran his hand over the grippy top. It felt rough, but in a cool way. His dad had helped him pick it out. They even got a bright green helmet and knee pads, just in case. Safety first. Now, all Timmy needed was a place to skate.
That's when I remembered the skate park. I'd seen it from the car a bunch of times. Kids older than me, way older, doing flips and spins. It looked scary, but also super cool. I took a deep breath. Time to be brave.
He put on his helmet, strapped on those knee pads good and tight, and grabbed his board. The wheels clicked against the sidewalk as he walked. Each click sounded like Skatepark, Skatepark. Timmy was ready. The skate park was buzzing. Kids zoomed up and down ramps, their boards making a whooshing sound. Some kids were even spinning in the air. Timmy's eyes widened. He'd never seen anything like it.
Whoa, look at that!
He stood at the edge, watching. A group of older kids laughed as they landed tricks. One kid with a bright yellow helmet did a flip that made Timmy's stomach drop. He wished he could do that, maybe someday.
But for now, I knew I was just a beginner.
He put his board down on the flat ground and stepped on. Wobble, wobble. He felt shaky, like he was standing on a plate of jelly. Skateboarding was harder than it looked.
Still, I was determined. I'd seen those kids fall a bunch of times before they landed their tricks. I could do this. I just needed practice. Lots and lots of practice.
The first trick Timmy wanted to learn was called an ollie. It looked so cool, like the board was stuck to your feet. But every time Timmy jumped, the board stayed on the ground. He even tried jumping off a little curb.
Ugh, I landed with a thud. Not a cool professional thud either. A whoopsie, tripped over my own feet thud. This was harder than I thought. Maybe skateboarding wasn't for me after all.
He watched the other kids. They made it look so easy. One girl with rainbow shoelaces was doing spins and turns. A boy with a cast on his arm was even skating backwards. Timmy wished he could just fast forward to the part where he was good.
But then I remembered what my dad always said. Practice makes progress. I took a deep breath and picked up my board. Time to try that ollie again, and again, and again.
Thump, thump. Timmy kept landing hard on his board. He was starting to feel discouraged. Maybe he just wasn't cut out for skateboarding. Just as he was about to give up, a shadow fell over him.
Hey, you all right there?
It was the girl with the rainbow shoelaces. She had stopped her awesome skating to check on Timmy. He felt his cheeks turn red.
I'm trying to ollie, he mumbled, but my board won't even budge.
The girl smiled.
Ollies can be tricky, she said. Here, I'll show you.
She hopped on her board and demonstrated slowly and carefully. She explained how to pop the tail and slide your foot up.
It's all about timing and balance, she said. You'll get it.
Timmy felt a surge of hope. Maybe with her help, he could actually learn how to ollie. With the girl's tips in mind, Timmy positioned himself. He took a deep breath, remembering her advice about timing and balance. He bent his knees, popped the tail of his board, and slid his foot up. And for a second, just a split second, he felt it. The board lifted off the ground, not high, not even close to the height of a juice box, but it lifted. Timmy landed with a wobbly thud, but he didn't care. He'd done it.
I did it, he shouted. I ollied.
The girl grinned and gave him a thumbs up.
I knew you could, she said. Now do it again.
Timmy couldn't stop smiling. He practiced his ollie over and over, each one getting a little higher, a little smoother. He was finally starting to get the hang of it. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the skate park, Timmy knew it was time to go home. He was tired, his legs ached, and his palms were scraped from catching himself during falls. But he couldn't remember feeling this happy in a long time. He looked around at the other skaters. They were still practicing, pushing their limits, and encouraging each other. Timmy realized that skateboarding wasn't just about cool tricks. It was about courage, determination, and the joy of learning something new. As he walked home, his skateboard tucked under his arm, Timmy knew this was just the beginning of his skateboarding adventures. He couldn't wait to learn new tricks, make new friends at the skate park, and most importantly, discover how far his passion for skateboarding could take him.